trade deadline. Now, we all know that we the number one team in the East. It's only a short stint of us being number one, but it's looking like we're gonna be trending towards that direction, especially with the next couple of teams that we play. But should we be biased? Should we be sellers? Of course not sellers. I don't even know why I said that. But should we stand pat? Yo, 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 yo. What's up, Bulls family, Bulls Nation? We back with another episode, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's the Bully Sports Pod. Here to get y'all updated news, Bulls content, and everything else, man. So y'all can do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. Turn those post notifications on, man, so y'all know when we drop. And let's get into it, man. So today I'm here to bring y'all some, good news. As far as Demar Derozan, if you haven't heard already, he won Eastern Conference Player of the Month. That's pretty big, averaging 27.8 points a game, 7.3 assists, and 5.3 rebounds. And also within that week, you already know we're on a 7-game win streak. And he led us to 4-0. Not only him, but Zach LaVine, but we here to get DeMar his rose, man. Again, 2-game winners, back-to-back against the Wizards and the Indiana Pacers on back-to-back nights. DeMar been killing. Y'all already know how I feel about DeRozan, man. Again, for him to be considered the worst all-season signing, it's, blasphemy that we get, starting a new year, he already played a week, man. So shout out to DeMar, man. Let's keep it up. Let's continue to do our thing, man. And I also want to get into some other news as far as, Lonzo Ball and Alfonso McKinney. They're back. They are back. So Zoe and McKinney should be suited up tonight against the Orlando Magic. We play them. No Wendell. I think a couple of their players hurt, but then again, they're a young team, man. They're trying to find an identity and carve out a role. Wendell was looking like their best player. He out right now. Franz Wagner, he been stepping it up a lot lately. I believe he just had a 30-point game this previous week. We seen what he could do last time. Very tall, long, can handle the ball, get to the rim, kind of Luka-like. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little bit of Doncic vibes. But then again, he only a rookie, man. I fully expect us to take this W. And then we got Washington on Friday, which I'm excited to see again, man. I've been, seeing a few comments regarding, us and, Washington. It was a heated game. So now we go for round 2. So I look forward to that. But my main topic today, outside of the, everyday news, man, is how should the Bulls approach the trade deadline? Now, y'all know that we the number one team in the East. It's only a short stint of us being number one, but it's looking like we're going to be trending towards that direction, especially with the next couple of teams that we play. But should we be biased? Should we be sellers? Of course not sellers. I don't even know why I said that. But should we stand pat? Should we, really try to see if this team can mold? Because again, we haven't been at 100% all year. It's always been somebody out either due to injury, COVID. Yeah, really those two. So let's, how should we do this? How should we approach this? And if I'm AKME, I'm gonna, speak for them right now. If I'm them, this is how I approach the deadline. So, y'all stay in tune because I'm about to, let y'all know what I would do in this situation. But if I'm the Bulls, and I'm honestly speaking, and I'm looking at it from an asset standpoint, what assets do we actually have that are tradable that could really command us a huge return? Now, us being the number one team in the East, clearly the objective is to win. We want to take it as far as we can, especially with the potential that we have. Again, DeMar Derozan, 32 in a prime of his career. It doesn't look like he's twilight right now, where it looked like he's gonna go on a downfall next season. I could at least, see another good 2 years of Demar before we really get to decline. Vooch is, he is kind of declining, but he's being steady. He's not falling off anything like that. Again, he's still serviceable, still a starting caliber big man in this league. And we just traded for him last deadline. So I don't really see him being moved, and especially not DeMar, and especially not Zach. So if you look at it, what other assets around those two or those three? And I'm gonna throw Lonzo Ball in there too. Four. So those four players, who would really command us a large return? And who could we move, and then what would we move them for? Now, there are some concerns within our team. Again, if you look at the Washington Wizards game, I believe they had like 72 points in the paint. As far as rim protection, we are really lacking in that area. Tony Bradley was out, so we are missing size, and then Patrick Williams, of course, is out. But our two biggest concerns as a team, I feel, is rebounding and rim protection. And those do need to be addressed. I feel if we want to make a deep run in the playoffs, like if we go against the likes of the Giannis or Kevin Durant, them are really the only two teams that kind of scare me within the Eastern Conference Finals, or will stop us from getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, because they have those hybrid fours, 3-4 players who are, center size, the ball handle, put it on the floor, get buckets, MVP caliber players. Giannis and Kevin Durant came into this season arguably the top two players in the league. They gave it to Kevin Durant, Giannis right behind, and then you got LeBron. But, outside of LeBron, them two are in the Eastern Conference. So, to me, they do pose a threat, especially if we want to make a deep run in the playoffs. So how can we address this situation, or what can we do to, not only slow them down, because you can't really stop them. The only thing you can do is hope to slow them down. How can you find a balance in between your roster and your rotation to offset that size differential? And again, what do you have to give up to receive something that can possibly, strengthen that? Now, I know, on some older videos, I said, I feel Jeremy Grant would be the perfect addition because he plays defense. He's 6'8", he's sizable, he's still young, he's growing. But then again, what would the cost be to get Jeremy Grant? Then we also threw out some names like Robert Covington, which I think is a buy low option. He could be buy low, but could be a high upside for our team. Somebody who could play defense, 6'8", 6'11" wings, or 7'2" wingspan. I'm sorry, very long, could knock the three down, could play defense, a natural four, and then also you would not be giving up, Patrick Williams in that situation. Now for Jeremy Grant, that's questionable because he is hurt. And then again, it's like he's never been an all-star. So what type of package could you put together to kind of receive that? So let's kind of get into it. Let's really try to make sense of the situation. Now, Kobe White. Now I know a lot of y'all thinking like, okay, Kobe White should definitely be traded. But I don't think we should trade Kobe. Honestly, if I'm AK, I don't want to make any moves at the deadline. Now, the only move, I'm not going to say I wouldn't make any moves. I would make small moves, again, to try to bring in, possibly some rim protection and rebounding, specifically. But any major swings, if it's not Jeremy Grant, I'm not really trying to do that. And then also, I said in the past videos that I would give up Patrick Williams for Jeremy Grant, but I'm kind of reconsidering that because I told y'all before, if I want to give up Patrick Williams, I want to give him up for a star player. Jeremy Grant is not a star player. He has the potential to be, of course, and also played on the USA team. He's very highly talented, but he's not a star player. So I am kind of hesitant to give up Patrick Williams in that case because I think Pat can grow, and when he's 26, 27, and he's playing against younger players in the league, the 20, 21 year old players, I think Patrick Williams could be very dominant. And then also you'll still have other players in their prime, like Zach LaVine still in his prime, Lonzo Ball in his prime, and then if we continue to keep Kobe White will be in his prime as well too. So I think that's a nice foundation for the next generation of players after the DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic back in. So now again, like I said, I won. It's very hard because you do want to, you don't know how long DeMar DeRozan performances will be sustainable. Will he be the same DeMar next year at the age 33? Or will he be the same DeMar at the age of 34? We already see Vooch kind of decline, but still, again, like I said, serviceable big man. Shoot the three, rebound. Not a great shot blocker, but know where to be. Can get his body in the right position to protect the rim. Can cause just putting a hand up, making people second guess layup attempts and things like that. And then again, like I said, a strong rebounder. I could see that carrying out for the next year because Vooch only has 1 year left on his deal, so I expect him to continue to do what he's doing this season, next season, as well as DeMar DeRozan. But then next year, for this specific offseason, we're looking at signing Zach LaVine because it's the end of his contract, and then we're gonna max him out. So in this situation, what do you do? Do you push all the chips in to try to win the championship now? Or do you stand pat and hope that your younger players continue to develop? You get Patrick Williams back, you get him healthy, you get him into the starting lineup. You already have a role within this team. Already been with these players. And then again, he's young, so he's full of potential. You go with the potential route, or do you push the chips in and say, you know what, potential is great, but potential means that, we haven't done it yet. So in instance, Patrick Williams has plenty potential, but he's not proven yet. So do we move that potential for a more proven player? Now again, I'm opposed to trading Pat. I want to keep Pat. If we, do make a move, I would like a more, a smaller, sizable move, like I said, Robert Covington. Maybe he can possibly even be bought out. You can go through the buyout market and try to find, those type of things, like as far as rebound. I know people say Tristan Thompson, defense and things like that. Or you could make, small trades, like, you got, like I said, Robert Covington, just another thing, you should think of Utah Jazz, Derek Favors. You got that, defensive, bring size and things like that. Could push Tony Bradley back, or you move out Tony Bradley and that type of package to bring in a more sure big man and things like that. But I do think we do need to address these needs as far as rebounding and as far as rim protection. But I don't think the trade route would be the best to go. Again, if we get Jeremy Grant, I won't mind, packaging Kobe White. Then again, I don't want to trade Kobe White. But like if, the line between me getting Jeremy Grant is Kobe White, then I would most definitely look to package Kobe White. But as far as Pat, I still want Pat to be untouchable. I still see great things in Patrick Williams. I really don't want to give up Pat Williams. I don't want to give up Kobe White either. I would want to hold on to Kobe White. But then again, if it's coming in the form of, you bolster that starting full position with defense, versatility, the things that we need to help us win a championship, then I do that because at the end of the day, you play the game and win. Our tourists didn't come over here to, sit on his hands and, watch things and hope. Hope and luck is not a strategy. We heard that plenty of times from John Paxson, but I mean, that's all he pretty much gave us was hope every season. But I honestly, I don't think our tourists is coming in here to do that. Sit on his hands and hope for things. I don't think Mark Eversley wants to hope for things. I think they want to set the team up in the best possible position to win, and that's the goal here, is to win the championship. So, what are ways we can bolster our roster without giving up, significant assets? Again, I like Derrick Jones Jr. I like Kobe White. I like Javonte Green. I like the pieces that we have on this team. And for us to kind of get better, I think we're going to have to give up on those pieces. Now, are they untouchables? No, I don't consider none of them untouchables. But as far as what we have shown this season and what we have done throughout this season, I don't think, you give up, especially when things are working. You don't just get rid of a player or get rid of players to, hope for something to happen when you are already there. You know what I'm saying? We already beat the likes of Brooklyn, even though they didn't have Kyrie. We fought against the toughest teams in the Eastern and Western Conference. I think we lead the NBA as far as teams in the East who have the most wins against Western Conference opponents. So that even goes to show you we are a competitive team. And it's already proven. With or without certain players, we still compete. Without Zach, we won. Without Demar, we won. It was kind of, looking kind of shaky without Demar, though, honestly, when we were going against Cavs in Miami. But we was depleted of all our role players, not just Demar Derozan. Without Alex Caruso and Lonzo, we win. So we have a well-balanced team. But I do think it's small things that we can address. So maybe we transition from trying to make a trade during the trade deadline. If it's a small move, understand it. Derek Favors and Tony Bradley, give me that any day of the week. I don't know if the salaries match up, but things like that where it's like, okay, we can get considerably better and focus on things that we need without really, giving up, people who are key rotational pieces. So, we got small moves. Maybe we can flip a Troy Brown for somebody who, ended the bench. Yeah, like I said, Trey Lyles, somebody who can stretch the floor, knock down a three, something like that. He brings size, 6'7", 6'8", 4. Possibly that could be something that we can look towards and things like that. I wouldn't mind seeing a smaller move. And then we let this year play out. And then next year, depending on where we stand, we'll have Kobe on his final year, his contract. Patrick Williams be back in his third year. Zach will be locked up for his max, and then we'll still have DeMar. We'll pretty much still have the same team. But then again, with the contract situation of Kobe White and then Pat being in his third year, we can kind of further evaluate what we need to do. So I wouldn't want to make a move so soon, especially with players being so young, and we don't know what they could develop into. We don't know with winning players around them and more veteran players around them, especially with playoff experience this year. That could really bolster their talent. They could really take this off season and want to work hard and become better players. So I'm not a fan of just making trades just to make a trade. Again, we're the number one team in the East. It looked like we hit to stay at least the top 3 team, barring any major injuries or anything like that. So I would like to again maybe address that need during the buyout market. Maybe you bring Thad Young back. Thad Young, I don't think he played a minute for the Spurs this season. I know he vocalized his frustration about his role and not really trying to play minimal minutes when last year we seen what Thad Young brought to our team. he was better than Larry Markkinen. Honestly, Thad was probably our second best player last year. So, maybe if he get bought out, you bring Thad back. Robert Covington. Again, I try to make a small move. I feel the temperature of their organization. Again, they're in turmoil and things.